Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Minor technical difficulties there. I've been kind of out of it all day and set things up at the last minute. Ha ha ha. Sure enough, the Twitch bot, part of my bot, is not connected. It does this weird thing sometimes where, according to the logs, it has connected to the Twitch chat, but then it doesn't get sent any actual chat events, and it can't send anything. So it's sort of like it's been faked out by Twitch. I don't know if that's some actual protection rule they have in place to stop bots from repeatedly reconnecting, or who knows. Anyway, hello. It is I, Neko. How are you? Good to see you, Cyclone. How's it going? Is it me, or have you capitalized the letters in your username now? That's different, right? And yes, today, as every day, as every Monday anyway, I'm going to play some more Ultima. I'm literally, like, an hour before stream, I was thinking, oh, I'm so sleepy, I could just go to sleep and cancel it, and it'll be fine. But it's Ultima, and aside from me being excited to play it with everyone, it is actually easy enough for me to play, I think, even when I'm half asleep. So let's just go for it. It'll be fine. Slightly scuffed stream, whatever. Ultima, this one? Yeah. So there's another thing I wanted to test out, which I hadn't got around to. Let's see. So this is the Twitch bot. Put that there. Give me another tab so I can run Ultima. Ultima 7. I've been playing around with the scalar settings that I have to simulate the CRT look and feel. So what do I want to do first? I want to show you, I guess, what it looks like without a scalar. Yeah, let's do that. Was going dinner, KFC, finally can actually eat without feeling sick. No worries, Cyclone. I was just apologizing as usual for my scuffed stream. Enjoy your dinner. Being able to eat without feeling sick is very nice. So I thought that, well, okay, let's see what my settings are at the moment, shall we? Staging. So I'm using the Fake Lotties flat shader, and I have that window resolution set, but if I comment that out, it'll give me the normal resolution, and if I comment this out and set something like general shader is none, Piff, please, if you don't have one, mark up, are you even streaming yet? And I want to capture that, please. DOSBox. This one. So this is the game. If I fit that to there, we can move it over here. So this would be the game without any shaders on. But it is just scaling everything up. If I run... Sumi! Hello! Why did the bot not announce you're live? Yeah, I noticed that. Have you disconnected and reconnected Twitch to Discord? I haven't done it recently, but I mean Twitch and my Discord should still be connected. Yeah, if you look in the sidebar for the Game Masters, it says Neko streaming Ultima 7 Part 1. I've got Discord open. Yeah, we just seem to have problems with that bot, don't we? We fixed it for some people, and we broke it for other people. Anyway, I was just testing out shaders. Hey, I don't want to do that. I want it to be Well, whatever. This is just a demo. You can see the pixels are kind of chunky. And on my view, I've got it, you know, quite large. It's considerably chunky. And although this is, like, true to the game, it isn't, because back in the day, I played it on a CRT. And, you know, the CRT has that lovely smoothing effect for these old-school pixel art. So what I'm looking at now on my LCD, it's not the best, in my opinion. And this is also what I'm streaming to everyone right now. The shader I was using before, for the previous episodes, I got a comment on a YouTube video saying, hey, it doesn't look great. And admittedly, it doesn't look ideal. But I was still trying to go for whatever looked good for me and was also decent enough for the stream to make things look a little nice. So I was doing that, but the thing is, if we go GL shader is CR, hang on, is it just this? Flat. No, the only one we broke it for is you. The others were already broken. I'll send you a message in the Discord. No worries, Camp Simi. End of the day, I can announce myself. It's fine. So this is the shader I had on before. Go back into the game. It's a lot smoother, and I've got to say this looks quite pleasant to me, with the pixels just having that slight fuzz to them that removes that hard edge. And this on the stream probably looks fine. But when we get into the game, depending on what size window you've got on Twitch, you might see this kind of screen door effect going on. And that's because the window that I've got is it's something like 960 pixels tall. I don't know exactly what DOSBox has picked for me, but I can resize this window and it's chosen a fairly large window for me to play the game in. That's being squished down to 720p for the stream. And so I can't even see it on my OBS browser preview, but I know it's there for some people if you're looking at it live or on YouTube. The lights on. Cast light. Get a nice soft white light going. That's kind of hard. But yeah, maybe especially with the carpet or, oh yeah, the grass outside. It's got a bit of sort of vertical lines going on. And it looks like that's just because it looks great for me, but then we're squishing it down slightly for the stream. And so I've come up with what's maybe a solution for this, which is going to hinder me slightly, but I will do a lot of sacrifices for the sake of my stream. If I force my window resolution to also be 720p at, you know, a 4:3 resolution, and then run the game, you can't see it, but I have a much smaller window like to play the game in now. But let me go back to this one. But if I go to my OBS now, I can shrink it and what have you, or I can reset the scaling to be exactly 1:1. And hopefully that will look better for everyone. It doesn't look better for me on the preview right now. I was going to say these gravy chips ain't shit. Man, they're amazing. Nice. I had a sandwich for my dinner. But it's fresh bread that I went down to Baker's Delight to get, and some surimi, so it's very nice. So yeah, basically, I have to play the game on a smaller window for the sake of clarity on stream. But I've also figured out a workaround for that, and it is I can play the game in my OBS preview. It's absolutely completely silly to do this, but yeah, I have a small game window and a large OBS preview now, and can sort of play the game that way. And then hopefully it looks great for everyone, and everyone can be happy and enjoy the game. Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, we got the magic carpet last time, and we got a whole bunch of loot. Let's go through everyone. Hogger's the avatar here, obviously kitted out in all the nice magic stuff. Entity, hello, how are you? How's it going? I've just been walking through various silly stream things that I've been trying to set up so that everyone can experience the CRT shader I've got going in all of its glory. Hey, I use it when I go cave mining in Minecraft, so much nicer. Wow, this is weird. I can see the chat on the preview because I'm playing the game in the preview now. Cowfish! Didn't really see any difference for the last one. Still get the intermittent cross-hatching. Really? Yeah. Well, I think it will be better. If you really want, we'll play it in the chunky pixel mode, but like I'll keep playing it like this for now. Then again, I'm watching the way too high resolution. I ate too many bacon blueberry muffins. Now I'm going to fall asleep. Whoa, that's not a bad way to fall asleep, MCC. Yeah, I think that's a good end to the day. That's fine. You know, go get some sleep. Let me lull you to sleep with a shout out or two. MCC, everyone knows MCC. She plays cool retro games. Dead. Yeah, just go to sleep. You can catch up on my VOD later. Captain Sumi here is another member of the Stream Shed, and has been helping us out by repeatedly wrestling with all of the bots we have in there. You're a murderer? You're a murderer? Why are you a murderer, MCZ? And let's give Cyclone a shout out. Oh, I can't do it because you Cyclone has recently had a lot of Twitch trouble and other account trouble, but has her account all sorted out now, I believe. You do have fun working with the bots, but it is frustrating sometimes. Yeah, it's very frustrating. You break one thing and you fix one thing and you break the others. Okay, so you know what? I'll play in the smaller window just because then it's dumb, but I'll be better illuminated and I won't be distracted as much by the crazy OBS interface. How's that? Okay, that's better. I will set up my proper lighting setup situation at some point, I promise. So YOLO, he's one of our people who do not have drugs suffusing their entire body, so we've given him a lot of the other magical gear. Spark is still incredibly buff, so we've let him have some of the strong iron armor. Yana also, same. She's got some of the magic gear, but otherwise fine. And we've given her a crate to carry all this loot in. And finally we've got Sentry, mostly magic gear. We haven't got a replacement helmet for him yet, but it's fine. Yeah, been a roller coaster with Twitch stream and now sore throat, which is going away slowly. Hope so, Cyclone. I remember you said you caught that from your family gathering. So yeah, what are we doing this stream? Well, obviously we're going to be wandering around aimlessly, I redid the furniture a bit here in our house, and I've put a bunch of potted plants in, which I think would look quite nice. We've got a nice big stack of powder kegs in front of the target there. It's great. And we've got the special room full of all of our gold. I don't think we're actually carrying a whole lot of gold on us right now. 0. Okay, so that could be a problem. Let's just grab some walking around money. Boy, here, hold this. Better lock it up. Who knows, we might get robbed. Hey, Empressville. Welcome on in. Yes, thank you. I was gonna say, give yourself a shout out. How are you going? Yeah, it's just to finally eat and sleep last night, and the night before could not sleep. Why are you giving me a shout out, MP? Empress. People are watching right now. I'm a bit headachy. I just took my meds and pretty tired. I've done a lot of napping today and nearly cancelled stream, but like I can play this game while I'm half awake. It's fine. We're just gonna wander around and I'll ramble on, and we'll just like barge into people's houses and steal their potions. Yoink. 1010, follow James if you're not already. Highly recommend. Thank you, Empress. That's sweet. Knew there's a reason I picked you as mod. So we've got our cart, which we haven't been using as much anymore, and it's also loaded with goodies like food and random stuff that I've picked up. We've got a bag of other things there. We've got a bag full of serpent venom that maybe we'll use later, who knows. Some glass swords, very handy. Oh, Sumi already got a shout out, thank you, but yes, please go ahead, follow Sumi. Do a bang Discord, Empressville, so people know where to find us in the stream shed. And yeah, today I thought, okay, we keep getting our asses kicked because our stats are pretty low compared to the behemoths in the rest of our party. I figure we could go to the Isle of Fire for this episode, which is cunningly hidden behind the Britannia logo on the map here. It's around there. And we'll go do the special quests to prove our avatarness. The quests of, I think it's truth, love, and courage, or something like that. And we'll get ourselves boosted, beefed up by the ridiculously overpowered expansion pack. Yeah, that works too. So yeah, we do that. We go do that now. And I figure I will grab one of these glass swords because they actually come in useful during that expansion pack. Let's take the carpet. Oh, actually, hang on. James, please, I have a lot of chaotic energy right now. Really? I couldn't tell. How are you doing there? Do you need to wind down, or are you just riding the high? Oh my god. What is it? Look at the cute kitty. I don't know what's happening. Look at the cute kitty. The kitty's in her little warm flam bed, and she's so tired because she's been hard napping all day. Be the kitty, Empress. Be the kitty. Oh my god, James, what? We're going to take the boat, because I seem to remember something about there being problems if you... Thank you for the lurk, Captain Sumi. Please enjoy whatever you need to be doing. We need to get her a potato bed, then she can be a potato kitty. Yeah, like a baked potato bed, I guess, with it split open. That'd be nice. Family you hate with the sore throat, sneezing is the worst. Ah, just rest up, Cyclone. Drink lots of water or whatever you've got available. Taking a boat. So why boat? Well, for one, we haven't given the boat a lot of exercise, and it's nice. We have boat. Take a good long look at the motherfucking boat. The other thing is, I remember there being some bug reports about if you take the magic carpet and you fly over the Isle of Fire or some other places in the game, you can trigger quest triggers that normally happen when you're deep inside the caves and you're going through the trials. And we don't want to do that. We want to do this normally and not have our game soft locked in any way. So we'll just take the boat. It's not very far. Ah! It's not very far, except there's sea demons. Well, I am relaxing watching you. Thank you. French fries cat bed. Oh, hello. One moment. Important things need to be clicked on. Pet, hamburger bed, cat bed, dog bed, burger bed, potato bed, American goods. Oh, God, it's got one of those intercom things where someone's messaged me saying, oh, would you like help? Like help buying this thing? Let's just show this on stream real quick. Generic. Hey, Generic, why are you not window capturing? Main screen? There we go. Have a look at that. You can be burger and you can be fries. I do kind of like the novelty shark bed where it looks like the shark's nomming on them. That's pretty cool. Alright, is this the entrance? Where are we? Nope, that's the wrong region of land. No, go away, sea serpent. Don't want any. Okay, this is the Isle of Fire. And it's a dead end. Well, British did give us like a gem that supposedly would tell us when we're getting there, but nope, here we are. Everybody off. Yes, Poggers, John asks. No, I was trying to click the gangplank there. I wasn't trying to double click you, sorry. Bye. Goodbye, milady. Oh, whoa. That's right, earthquakes. This island is unstable. So let's save first. And because if we die here, we get sent back to the mainland, and our ship will still be parked here, and it will be very awkward. Let's also use Mark and Recall to save this location, just in case. Mark? Yeah. Cool. There is a moongate here, weirdly. I don't think it's connected to the others in the network. So if we go in this one... Wow, okay, this one didn't even take us to another moongate. This one took us outside the Lyceum in Moonglow. Avatar, I believe the keyword in Sundial is sun. Thank you, Sentry. Yes, it's getting dark. Or it probably is dark already, except that you're providing some light for us. Yep. What time is it in-game? We've got a pocket watch. 1 in the morning. Wow. Alright, so let's just... We investigated what that teleport does, and it takes us somewhere weird. We will just go recall and magically reappear back on the island. Hooray. Nope, nope, don't go through that. It's a trap. I don't think there's actually much else to explore out here. Most of the action takes place underground in these mountains. Oh, here we are. The Isle of Fire, and wow, that's slowed down considerably. So we're here basically to investigate the cause of these earthquakes, and the fact that this island has magically shown up out of nowhere. But we're going to meet a guy. Is his name Erstum, or am I thinking of Serpentile? Hi, guy. Erethian, right. At your approach, the old man straightens, and looking directly at you, he says, "Well met, poggers. I am called Erethian. Although thou dost not know me, I know thee well. I have seen thee destroy Mondane's power, and so defeat that misguided mage. I have seen thee vanquish the enchantress Minax. I've also seen, in a very unique way, how thou brought low the Hellspawn Exodus." He's referring to the first 3 Ultima games here, first 3 bosses. He falls silent here, and you notice that the old man's eyes are milky white. Thank you for the lurk, Cyclone. So we can be the dumb avatar and ask him what his name is, despite him already introducing himself. The mage gives you a half smile. "'Twould seem that thy memory is failing thee, poggers. As I have said, my name is Erethian." James, yeah? What is it, MP? What's your job? "I am a follower of the principle of truth." I need to do movie, but I look. Yeah, no worries, Empress. Go do movie. It's Fargo, right? Hope the internet is better. Yeah, I hope so too. Jeez. I would try and sort of simultaneously watch the movie with you, but I do not trust my internet. Alright, enjoy. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. But unlike those of the Lyceum, I would prefer to seek out the knowledge instead of waiting for it to come to me. Oguchi Yurudos. No worries. Thank you. It is this curiosity which has brought me to this island, from which Exodus, the spawn of Mondane and Minax, sought to rule the world. The books and scrolls here have taught me much of Britannia's history and other interesting subjects. His clouded eyes sparkle with intelligence. But you can't help wondering how books and scrolls are of any use to a man afflicted with blindness. Yeah, what about that, dude? Do you see that? This is one of the few NPCs in Ultima 7 that have multiple character portraits. So he's just scowled at us. It's kind of cool. They added this technique. The old mage seems on the verge of saying something, stops, and says, "Were quarters not so confined here, I'd show thee that my blindness in no way hampers my abilities." His affliction seems to be a touchy subject with the mage. And he's just dropped the call right there. Okay, talk to him again. "I'll never get any work done like this. What do you wish of me?" Erethian seems a little peevish at this point. We pissed him off. We've got to talk to him about the job again. Right, so now we can talk about Mondane. Erethian scowls. "Now there was a mighty wizard. A bit twisted, but then who knows what happens to the human mind when 'tis subjected to the powers he wielded. 'Tis even said his skull alone had the power to destroy enemies. He must have locked a magical matrix upon it. I'll have to research that." He nods his head, seemingly making a mental note, then continues with a wistful look on his aged features. "I would have loved to study that fascinating gem of immortality, but alas, I was born in too late an era." Yeah, a bit heavish? Were there 2 E's in that, or 1? I forget. So tell me about the gem of immortality, please. Milky eyes glitter up at you like twin marbles. "Ah, yes, but thou knowest all too well about that little bauble. After all, it was thee who smashed it into the shards which caused thee so much trouble during the regency of Lord Blackthorn. so much power that even in a shattered state, its magic still flowed. 'Tis sad to lose such an artifact. You'd think that he's somehow mad at me for destroying all of these evil things. As if suddenly remembering with whom he is speaking, he amends, "Much better than having Mondain running around mucking with things, I suppose." And Minax from the second game. What do you think about her? A sad, sweet smile comes to the wizard face. She was quite a comely lass at one time, with a mind forever searching. His expression darkens. But then Mondain forced all of the good sense from her. She became a power unto herself in time. I do not think she quite rivaled her former mentor, Mondain, but she was a force to be reckoned with, nevertheless. And that thou didst with the quicksword, Enilno. That act will most likely have tales sung about it for the next eon. Under his breath he adds, "Even if Iola's the only one who sings it." With a look of indignation, Iolo says, "Pardon me, sir, but I'll have thee know that ballads of the Avatar still grace all of the finest drinking establishments of Britannia. And what a dubious distinction that is." The corners of the mage's mouth come up in a delicate smile. An angry retort dies on Iola's lips as the elderly mage lifts his hands in a gesture of peace. "Please forgive the offense I have given. Thou shouldst know that I have seen almost first-hand the Avatar's bravery in the face of adversity. I have nothing but the highest regard for the destroyer of the Age of Darkness and the harbinger of the Age of Enlightenment." And Exodus is a fun one. That being has become a passion of mine lately. He almost glows with excitement. "Indeed, 'tis what brought me here. While I was at the Lyceum, I happened upon a passage in a manuscript that described an island of fire. Upon further research, I found that the entity known as Exodus was not truly destroyed. The interface between its two parts in the world was merely severed." Oh, well, it sounds like I've not done a good enough job, and I should go finish the job now, huh? I'll go destroy it right now. Let's see. Subject's blindless skull and two parts interface. We're several layers deep in conversation tree right here. Subjects? If thou art interested, feel free to inspect them. This is no library. As if regretting his gracious gesture, he adds, "However, I trust that thou wilt take utmost care with the older ones." He stops, on the verge of saying more. So yeah, Mondain's skull. It's a pity that you're not going to find it and be able to steal its secrets. It would seem that someone, he pauses dramatically, let that slip into a volcano. His wry smile belies his careless tone. And the quicksword? Now there's a question. I've heard naught of its existence since the Age of Darkness ended. Would that I knew its location. It was reputedly a great item of magic. Didst thou find it so? He cocks his head to one side as he asks the question. I myself didn't use it. I didn't play that game. So I'm gonna say no, it's not as good as some of the newer swords these days. No, it did seem to serve thee well enough to dispatch the enchantress Minax. But then I suppose only a poor bard blames his instrument. He winks mischievously in your general direction. And Exodus's problem? One part, his psyche we shall call it, was taken by the gargoyles who live below us in a realm on the other side of the world. Truly fascinating culture they have, but I digress. You begin to wonder just how long this old man has been out of circulation. He continues, "The other I have here. I call it the Dark Core, because without the psyche, it is mostly lifeless." His face appears to yousen, and you feel as if you're speaking to a child describing his new toy, or perhaps pet. I believe 'twas the removal of the psyche from the core that caused this island to sink beneath the waves. His expression is unreadable. The machine that thou destroyed was Exodus's means of communication with and control of the world. When it was destroyed, his psyche could no longer retain its hold on the Dark Core. I have often wondered if another interface was implemented. Would the psyche return, or possibly be regenerated? As his idle musings begin to run towards possibly dangerous conclusions, his mouth audibly snaps shut. Excuse me, I need to hydrate. I think we're getting most of the talking out of the way at the start here. Mr. Exposition. And then it'll be a series of challenges where we'll probably just keep dying over and over again. Yeah, tell me about this dark core. I found it to be quite a treasure trove of useful facts. Its sole purpose seems to be the storage of information. Much of the information is trivial, such as the detailed description of the color of the sky on a particular day eons ago, while other bits give instructions for the manipulation of the world. Within it, I even found the knowledge to raise and sustain this island we stand upon. It is truly a remarkable artifact. So hold on, he found the knowledge to raise the island back up out of the water from the dark core, which he found here on the island. So has he been doing a bunch of, like, scuba diving? Oh, magic, probably. He thinks for a moment, then looks nervously in your direction. Please do be careful around it. Artifacts seem to have a tendency to, shall we say, disappear around thee. And what of the psyche? Eventually I shall turn my studies to that being. The gargoyles have placed it within a statue, in a shrine they dedicated to their principle of diligence. Interesting creatures, thou mightst call them Balrons, but they are not the beasts that history has made of them. The larger winged ones are intelligent and magical by nature, while the smaller wingless ones appear to be the workforce for the species. He turns his head in your direction with a puzzled expression in his eyes. I have the oddest feeling that thou hast heard all of this before. Erethian falls silent. And we're not going to talk to him about his blindness, so that's that. Goodbye and good luck. Thou'lt need it. The old mage snickers under his breath, as if enjoying a personal joke, quite possibly at your expense. So let's check out his room here. He's got a bunch of books, some garbage. He's got some food, which we might loot. Cutlery, clothing, fairly unremarkable. We could rummage through his clothes, I guess. See if there's any hidden keys. Nah, doesn't look like it. What he does have is quite a lot of books. The Dragon Compendium by Perrin. Enchanting Items for Household Use by Nicodemus. This is a fun book. Found upon the pages of this tome are many a recipe for the creation of mundane magical utensils and apparatuses, including such items as the self-propelled broom, the ghostwriting quill, and the alarm gem. Towards the unfinished end of the book, the entries become erratic and almost unreadable, as if written down in a hurry. Many of the latter items seem a little demented. The giant obsidian fly swatter, the exploding corncob holder, and the comb of many blades. It would seem that this mage was not conjuring with all of his reagents. What's this one? Converting moongates to thine own use by Erethian. So this is interesting, because there's a bunch of moongates on this island, and somehow he's gained control of them. This is quite impressive, considering that the Guardian has been doing a bunch of stuff to disrupt the moongates. And later on in the game, we actually lose the moongates. And I haven't actually checked to find out what happens if you come to this island after you've destroyed all the moongates. Because these ones have to stay functioning for the whole expansion pack. Maybe this book will explain, and lampshade it. Moongates come in 4 known varieties. Blue, a gate across a land. Red, a gate connecting worlds. Black, a gate that traverses dimensions. And the theoretical silver time gate. These gates, to a lesser or greater degree, owe their power to the forces exerted by large bodies of matter moving through the space around us. Therefore, I postulate that if one can know what forces are being exerted, one can manipulate the destination of any given moon gate by changes in these forces. The book goes on to describe certain methods of manipulation, and save for the prohibitively large amounts of power required to affect even the weakest of moon gates, the logic seems sound. I mean, it's a moon gate, you'd have to move the moon, right? What's this book? Mempto Rays, a qualitative study in metaphilosophical radiation by Mempto. Alright, I'll give it a go. Despite Phil Crodon's theory of 0335, there are indeed rays of energy that constantly bombard Britannia. In fact, these very same rays permeate all of the known space between Britannia and the stars. Recent experiments have proven my theory that these rays, known hereafter as Mempto rays, are lethal to all non-living matter. In fact, Mempto rays have demonstrated their ability numerous times, once killing an entire boulder in a matter of a few hours. It is my recommendation. Okay. What about this one? Ethical Hedonism by R. Allen G. This handbook details a non-religious religion in which people live for the joy of living and make it their responsibility to keep the entire world out of disrepair. Sure. Pathways of Planar Travel by Nicodemus. Here are the many complex formulae necessary for travel between and through the many diverse planes of existence. Each plane is accessed by a moongate, and even our very own Lord British came to Britannia from one of these planes via moongate. However, this also leads to some concern. To this point, every individual who has entered Britannia from another plane has been benevolent, most notably Lord British and the Avatar. How little they know. But if they have the ability to employ these gates, is there not the chance that other, evil beings might too be able to venture into our fair lands at their whimsy? A thought to be considered for the future. Or for this very game. Imagine having such big balls to kill a boulder. I think it's kind of unethical that mage was experimenting on boulders and just killing them by exposure to Mempto rays. Artifacts of Darkness by Mordra Morghelin. This is a character we'll meet later. Within the pages of this handwritten book are many references to devices of destructive power. Amongst them are Mondane's skull and gem of immortality, Minax's crystal ring, and the dark core of Exodus's memories. More recent entries describe the crown of the Lich King, the Well of Souls, and a mysterious Blackrock sword which apparently has the power to slay even one so powerful as Lord British. Really? A short essay involving a metal plate hung above a door explains what seems to be a far simpler method of dispatching the noble monarch. Interesting. Let's take notes. That was this book, right? Yeah. Boy, hold on to this book, please. We'll want to use that later. Scroll of Infinity. Yep. This is a thing. The Diary of Erethian. Entry 1. Perhaps someday I shall have the time and inclination to write on this parchment, but for now it pleases me not to. What a good diary. Okay, that's all the reading done. Now I guess we explore. There's roof access here, but I don't remember ever needing to go up on the roof. Yep, just kind of burned out area. Whoop, it's another earthquake. It's fine. And yeah, we can get in through this side door. So there's the dark core. You feel as if your mind is being probed, delicately at first, then with more insistence. Images of long past memories flit before your eyes, and old emotions resurface. At one point, the images pause as you remember the words love, soul, moons, and death, and a strange sense of déjà vu comes over you as the vision comes up to the current time. The images cease, and a vast wave of power overwhelms you. A wall of darkness falls. Oh! We fell asleep. Did that do anything to us? It didn't regenerate our mana. And there's a creepy mirror. And here is the test of courage. So, I mean, with the Avatar, we do these sort of tests all the time. No one has actually explicitly told us, hey, you should go do the tests. But, I mean, it's just kind of the thing we do. Oh, here we go. Statues. Hey, son. How are you? Welcome on in. Let's talk to some statues. An unearthly, beautiful voice sighs gently into your consciousness. Greetings, Avatar. I represent the embodiment of love. If thou dost seek enlightenment, thou must take a test of love. Its path lies through the glowing blue portal to the south. Suddenly, your mind is filled with the crystal-clear resonance of an authoritative voice. Greetings to thee. I am the Keeper of Truth. Dost thou seek the wisdom and boon of truth? Sure. Very well. Prepare thyself. The voice falls silent. Huh? Wait, no, I mean, I wasn't ready. I was going to talk to the other statues. Okay, fine. I guess we're doing the other two tests are accessed through Moongate. Why would the third test not also be accessed through Moongate? That's annoying. Alright, so we're in a locked room. Two signs. Truth is truth. Great. That's circular reasoning. Repair thine anus. That's a different test. That's the test of colonoscopy. And this one, oh boy, says... Only appearances are deceptive. And so yeah, this whole test is all about illusion, like illusory walls and things. Aha. We've got dead body here. Cool. And the purpose of these tests is to... You're just supposed to go find a particular thing. I'll go up through there. But I remember there is a trick to that. Can't double click this door. Can I just walk through it? Oh, can. Just loot all of this for us, please. Painting. Painting doesn't do anything. More stuff. Ow! Okay, looting the stuff hurts us. Ow, okay, yeah. I mean, I had to check again a second time, just in case. I've passed out. The Avatar is asleep. -1 hit points. This is fine. I kind of wish my party members would take the initiative and just, like, slap me awake. There we go. Back up to 1 hit point. How about we make that slightly more than 1 hit point? Also, you may as well get your weapons out. Anything else there? I don't think there is. Just that sword. Bunch of trolls. Easily sorted out. Did Sentry die? God damn it, Sentry. Everybody come back. We've only just started this quest of enlightenment, Sentry. I can't have you dying on me like this. Jana, can you fix it, please? Yes, Poggers, Jana asks. Heal. I am able to heal, cure poison, and resurrect. Art thou interested in one of these services? Yes. Which of my services dost thou have need of? Resurrection. Oh, indeed, thy friend is grievously wounded. Make room here, and I will heal them to my best of mine abilities. Since I am travelling in thy group, I shall waive my fee. Breath doth return to the body, thy comrade is alive. Thank you. Goodbye, my lady. Sentry. Get the light back out. Try not to die next time. What's everyone's hits at? I'm on 4 health. Illo's on 5. Spark and Jana are way higher. Oh, and I guess Sentry, yeah. Alright, so probably that's my bad for not healing people after we all got hurt a bunch. We don't have a mass heal spell yet, unfortunately. Oh, no, we've got great heal, but I think that's for an individual. Alright, we will use regular alt heal. We've got plenty of uses of that. One for myself. One for yellow. And one for... Actually, Sentry's at full, isn't he? Okay, I wasted that spell. That's fine. There's a locked chest that troll has dropped. Shall we try out the whole detect trap thing that we've got? Okay, it's not trapped. Honestly, we should have just tried this key that we've got first, because if it opens it, it's fine. 2 gold coins, wow. Alright, so here we've got a locket on a pedestal. We're going to be finding a bunch of others. Let's see, what is this? North is the way. Well, that's what this sign says. We can't trust the signs, surely. What happens if we pick this up? It vanishes. It was not real. Okay. So we're looking for the real one. Oh, there's another sign here. I always get confused between the A's and the O's and the F's. Yeah, okay, follow the fire. Follow the fire. Okay, there was a fire there. Oh, this place has invisible walls. We can't move everywhere. This is annoying. Invisible maze, invisible maze. Does whatever an invisible maze does. Tempted to go back to earlier on, where I feel like I could possibly short-circuit this whole puzzle altogether. Alright, we'll go through around that later. What's up here? We've got some lumber. Oh, we got teleported. Okay, we got teleported around there. Fine. Sentry? Again? Alright, he's up next for the drugs, I think. Jana, I presume, we cannot actually heal him. No, we can't. And I don't have access to that spell yet, so... Can you just stuff him in the crate there? Won't fit. Also, we need someone to hold a light. And yeah, okay. A YOLO... Actually, you probably can't because you're not strong enough, right? Oh no, you are just about strong enough. Awesome. Can use that. I guess we'll save. Even though we should have saved when people were alive. So how's everyone doing on this Monday? Is the week looking particularly hazardous for us, or is it something we could possibly get through eventually? For me, I think it's probably fine. And I've got a bunch of stuff we need to do at work, but a lot of it is kind of unbounded because... Oh, ghosts! Keep picking these up, these starbursts, and I guess they're good because the game's just going with that, but let's whip out the Mage Bane sword just in case we come across anything fire-breathing. I don't think this is a real one, so let's just take it off and ho-ho, it's vanished. Okay. So our quest here is to find the real one. What was I saying? Yeah, work. I mean, it's not particularly remarkable stuff. Just dealing with things. Legacy code, hooray. Strange bridge to nowhere, okay. Unless I could go around the side here. Huh. So you can. Whoa! Nasty trap. How am I doing for health? Not great. YOLO, also fine. Let's get a healing potion in us. What does this sign say? Although it's probably useless. The... What was that one? K? The keys of truth. Okay. So these are the keys of truth. There's a key. I guess we could use this key to open this door. Yep, and then fight some slimes. Where did everyone go? Why am I fighting the slime by myself? Hey. Party. I know I haven't been paying you good wages lately, but you're here to... You're supposed to back me up. Come on, Avatar, it's right next to you. Just kill it. Jana, why are you just standing there? Same to you, Iolo. Like, what the hell? Why am I fighting this by myself? Something is really buggy with the pathfinding right now. Okay, we're fleeing. Everyone's fleeing. There's a key that's hidden by the carpet there. Which is this key? Which I'm guessing opens this door? Nope. Does it open the troll door? No. Which door does it open then? Oh, more earthquakes. Does it open... Oh, this isn't even a lock door. It's something that you need a lever to do something with. I wouldn't mind getting that other glass sword, though. Okay, there's a room with a nasty tree in it. Does this open that door? Does not. Something else nasty down here. Okay, so what? This key doesn't open any of the doors? That doesn't sound right. We tried this key on both of those doors already. This is the new key we got. Oh, it did open that door. I guess we just didn't click properly. Okay, look, we can't open the door yet. Don't run after them. That key was that door. That key was this door. There's a key there. It's probably this door. Okay, go kill the troll. That has this key, which opens up the scary tree room. Don't attack stuff, okay? Stay with me. It gives us this key, which is hopefully the final key. Yep. Is there a trap in here? Who knows? Pull the lever. Alright. So is this the end of the challenge, I wonder? Let me give it another save. Where does the teleporter take us? Okay, to another room. Secret door. Oh, so many signs in all the ruins. Trust not. Always the obvious path. Well, okay, does that mean... Oh, ow, 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 ow. Okay, okay, lightning's out. Stop that. Am I nearly dead? I'm nearly dead. Do with the potion, please. Once we get through these trials, this sort of thing won't be as much of a problem. Actually, thinking about that, trust not the obvious path. Wonder what happens if we go back to the place we started at and just look for other secrets? Or go back through the teleporter? No, it takes us back here. Okay, it's not one way, but it's fine. The damn party is hungry already. Here you go, eat up. I suppose having Sentry dead means there's less lap mouths to feed, which is great. still nice to res him at some point. Oh, okay, so this did end teleport us. And there's this bridge. Whoa, and then this teleported us again. Okay. Teleport maze. Love them. Very dark. I don't have a cursor. I can't move. Wait. Okay. Okay. I think the correct path was that dead end. And then this is the way to go. Nice little bridge over the mountains. And then... oh, I mean, I gotta know what's in the chest. Unload power cut out for a second there. Oh dear. Hope everything's fine. Why would they have an empty chest here? So that I move it, and that injures Iolo. That's why. -2 hit points. Let's give you a heal spell, my friend. Well, it looks like the microwave is being turned off once again. Oh, is it like a problem with your house wiring? That was supposed to be a earthquake just then. Oh, another chest. It's empty. Let's not move it this time. Oh dear, there's a bunch of these chests. Are they all empty? Are they all going to hurt us when we move them? Ow, yes. Poggers is at 3 hit points. Iolo is at 1. Yikes. Gonna really burn through the heal spells here. No, just the microwave itself is super old, so okay. Give it another save. I'm very sleepy. I guess, I mean, at the rate I'm going, we might not be able to do the entire Isle of Fire this stream. That chest is locked. But that's fine, more content. We've got some burst arrows, which is great, but we don't have a person who uses a bow. And a ring of protection. I'm tempted to use some of those rings, actually. In fact, yeah, we're not really getting damaged much by regular sources, so let's put on a ring of protection and a ring of regeneration. Unfortunately means you have to take off your gauntlets, but that's fine. Oh, golems! Alright, and this must obviously be the real Locket, right? Nope. All those trials for nothing. Wow. Okay. Guess we go all the way back now? Unless there's a secret passage through the walls somewhere. This game does love to do, but usually it's a little obvious. Oh, another earthquake. We get teleported back to this room. What if... I kind of want to go back to the start. Oh great, all the monsters are escaping. we're not going to fight the slime, it's fine. We're going to lock these doors. What's the deal with this cairn here? We're going to move all these stones out of the way and find there's a clue? I mean, I don't remember doing it back in the day, so I don't think that has anything to do with the puzzle. Yeah. Yeah, I seem to remember it being really dumb, and it's like in that first room that we arrived at. And get back there. Oh, hello, yep. Tentacles. Alright, we can't actually go around this way, can we? Because we just get teleported back to the center island. Which, oh no, does that mean we have to go all the way around the other side? What was that noise? That was a weird spell being cast. Oh. Okay, so we can cross over the stream here. Oh, and there's actually one of those rooms right there. We may as well try and grab the thing from it. We can cross the river. It might just be the case that okay, where's the danger game? It might just be the case that I have to take all of the lockets from all of the fake shrines until the last one reveals itself to be the real shrine. I can see the game doing that. Book. Apothecary's Death reference. Yeah. Handful of cash. Lockpicks we don't need. It's fine. Seems like this used to be a mine of some sort. There's like gold nuggets around and skeletons. So yeah, strong feeling that this will be a multi-stream thing to do. So maybe if I finish the test of truth, I can go have a nap. Gareth, Kirsten Offspring, hello. How are you? Oh, here we go. Someone has used stones to spell out the word truth, but it's mirrored. And right here, not here. Right here, there's a mirror. Aha. But how do we get there? Here's the question. How are you doing, Gareth? I am sleepy as usual. Battling through things somehow. There's an artist's equipment here. And I believe you're actually able to, you can paint in this game. Oh, it looks like I've burned through my ring of regeneration already. I don't know if it's more effective to have a ring of protection or just gauntlets on. But let's try doing some art and see what the game thinks of it. Maybe there's a special trigger set up for this easel. Use pigments. Here we go. Well, I'll put it on the floor so we can use them easily. Finger painting again? Okay. I used the brush on the painting thing. Stain will never come out. Okay, we do that, and then that. Do not quit your day job. All of my party members are insulting my artistic ability. Alright, spent the day at WSO for my wife's graduation. Nice, congrats. Then I ate too much. Also, sounds like a good day. It's a James Nico. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Good to see you. Empress is busy doing her movie night, so I'll give you a shout out myself. Emella is another of our honored Stream Shed members, who is cool and streams lots of sandboxy open world type games. Do you think you're up for streaming this week, ma'am? How are you feeling? We're going to keep painting on this easel here. Yep, just maybe little trees. What is it, Jana says? You can't tell? Double click, click, click. Do not quit your day job. Haha. I think that's finished. Stay within the lines. Yep, well that didn't actually trigger anything magical, so I think it's just for fun. I want to try and get to that mirror because backwards writing truth, we're on the test of truth. Okay, let's see if we can get to the mirror. And mirrors are often used as teleporters in this game. Now this one says no in stones, and it looks like someone's already taken the thing from the pedestal. But we haven't been here before. Can I change the stones? Would make it say ni. There, now it says ni. No, no magical effect. Okay. I think we need to backtrack a bit to get to that mirror. I'm not certain. This whole place is a little... Okay, yeah, that one's vanished before we even pick it up. Cool. Alright, maybe we go this way. And I'll pull up a map if I really want to. But I can't help but think that there was something to do with the first area that we were in. Like, it was really cheesy, just like... Like, yeah, you could do all of these tests and wander around these invisible mazes and things like that. Or you could just walk through this first bit of wall right at the start. Ooh, gold nugget. Ooh, piece of candy. Here we go. Mirror. Surely this is... Nope. Nope, it just shattered. Lol. Sucks to be you, Avatar. Yeah, if we stay on this side of the water, we should be good. Need to backtrack, but there was an actual teleport trap that was preventing us from backtracking too much. Still taking one day at a time, but I think it's going to happen because I'm looking forward to getting us ready for the event this weekend. Oh right, is it the Minecraft bridge building event this weekend? I have lost all track of time. Alright, we made it out of that area. Let's go back. I want to go back. Wait a minute, this door is closed behind us. Okay, it's fine. It opened. Seriously, is there no secret passageway somewhere? Now hold on. There were two signs in here, right? And this said, only appearances are deceptive, and truth is truth. Oh yeah, very nice. But I wonder if we switch all of these light sources on, if that will do something magical, because that's often a whole magical trick. No? There's a dead person on X here. Can we stand there? If we stand there, we get zapped. Yay. What was it about this room that is triggering my memories so much? I mean, I think we've actually visited most of the areas in this whole region now. Wait, oh no. This damn trap. Why did the avatar... Oh, right, because we removed the... we were taking out the painting set briefly. There you go. Give me shield back. So if one goes around here, we get to this other end of the game. All of that was not right. All of... Did we go up that corridor? Yeah, that's the corridor that led to the jail cell bits. Random well. Like, there's all the accoutrements of, like, puzzles here, but they're all just kind of leading to nothing in particular. Oh, this is just taking us back to the mirror, isn't it? Yeah, pretty tired, not gonna lie. We turn out the lights here, maybe that does something. Nope. Did that test, we did that test. Oh wait, we can't go back this way because of the stupid teleport trap. Right. We have to go here and take this side of the stream. My wrist is finally recovering enough to play some games. Nice, Gareth. I was trying to play Hades. People seem to love that. Yeah, it was really big for a little while. You can pet the dog. Yoink. Kill. It's not buried under this pile of wood, is it? Doesn't look like it. It is neat that, like, this game has physics and you can do that sort of thing. But no. What was this sign again? North is the way. I think that we saw one of the signs that was just saying don't trust the signs though, right? Earthquake. It's here. I know it's here. Just can't figure out how I was supposed to trigger it. Yep. Earthquake. Tempted to go look it up. Where does the moon gate take us? Takes us back to the statue. Okay. Hey, statue. Yeah, send me back. Kind of annoyed that I'm unable to join you all for the Minecraft bridge building stuff. I might have to see what I can do to buy an account. Yeah, that was the Microsoft account that you'd linked that was hacked or otherwise taken from you. That sucks. Yeah, I don't know what you can do to possibly restore it. Microsoft accounts and Xbox accounts and Live accounts and Hotmail Passport.net accounts, that it's all confusing enough for me as it is. I'll move that out of the way. Is it here? It is here! Aha! This random hood on the floor is the clue. Someone left it there while they were traversing their secret passageway. Yeah, it was nicked by a Russian person, so it's fully lost at this point. Okay, yeah, I'd be concerned, Cressy. Like, you gotta really lock down and audit all your shit there, because if they've managed to get that, there's not many ways they would have done it, like by brute forcing the Microsoft login screen or something. It's gonna be something that's set up a keylogger on your PC. So you got to be careful, dude. Friend. Like, yeah. Anyway, we found a secret passage. I think we've got it. We've got the real Locket. Hooray! I think the password was super old, so it was an easy guess. Still, like, not many people would actually bother to try and brute force a single individual's password, is what I'm saying. Like, sites do get cracked from time to time, and then like the whole password database gets leaked. But yeah, it's weird. Like, I've lost access to a nice old password I used to use, thanks to Dropbox being breached a long time ago. So that password got leaked, and I can't use it anymore. Even if I try and like use it for something like GitHub, they actually warn me, like, oh hey, this password was used in a breach, so you should probably not use it anymore. Can I put links here without getting banned? You sure can, Gareth. It's currently set to be very permissive, and I keep meaning to do a thing with my bot that will only it'll only bop people who come in for the first time and then they post a link, because those are the spam bots. Yeah, Cressy, that site's legit. You can go there and check, like, to see if your accounts or anything, or your passwords rather, have been exposed by a big breach. I think my bot lets VIPs and above. Yeah. The way I figure it, Mem, like, anyone can post links if the first thing out of their mouth isn't a link. Because usually it's the spam bots that come in and just go, bleh, link, come buy followers. And use password manager, yeah. Yeah, get some sort of password manager. That said, wasn't LastPass breached recently? That's a little worrying. Thou hast mastered the test of truth, and so a boon of great intellect and magical ability will be bestowed upon thee. Use and respect thy powers well, Avatar. Wah. Thou hast now experienced the full meaning of the principle of truth. The value of such is beyond measure, for truth shall guide thee throughout thy life's endeavours. The statue voice takes on a warning tone. Know this truth. The psyche returns to the core. With that said, the statue becomes quiet once more. Cool. So this boon that we've been given is obviously priceless and without measure, but if you wanted to measure it in terms of attributes, it would be 30. So that's pretty good. use Dashlane, and if you're super paranoid, get one of these. Yubico. Yeah. Any sort of multi-factor authentication is good. Like, I've got my Google Authenticator on my phone, but I've been a bit silly and I've set up my own one-time password generating tool that I've got, because it is an open standard. Even if they're leaked, the worst in theory they can get is some encrypted data, because 1Password LastPass doesn't have your key. Yeah, in theory. I would hope that's the case, Gareth. I mean, they say that a lot, don't they? But we can't really verify that. Yeah, at this point I could try some final time to get into it. It's worth a shot. If not, set up a new account. We can get you back into the Shed's Minecraft server. Okay, so finally getting through the test of truth has emboldened me a little bit. Do we want to try another test? I know how to do the test of courage. That's more of a quest plot thing. And no, hang on, the test of love. The test of courage is fighting a dragon, and one that is actually so strong it cannot be defeated by normal means. Maybe... Maybe we'll do the test of love. And that'll up our dexterity, because of course love and dexterity are the same thing, basically. I learned a hard lesson about password reuse. I used to GM an RO server with a few hundred active players and someone got my password. Yeah, I've learned that the hard way too. It's so tempting. You have a password that you've come up with that you can remember, and it's really good. But all these sites, they have varying levels of security. It only takes one breach to have it rendered useless. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go do the first half of the test of courage, where we attempt to defeat a dragon and fail. I reuse one for local access to my phones and computers. Yeah, I've got mine for my computer, and then SSH keys take care of, like, remote access. Yeah. It's fine. A strong, vibrant voice rings out in your mind. Greetings, Seeker. I am the Keeper of Courage. If thou hadst the will to seek my reward, thou must enter the portal to the south. Right, so we'll go into that portal. And maybe we'll take a look at that weird mirror. Hey. Oh. Yes, master. How may I serve thee? The wavering visage in the mirror hesitates for a moment. Thou art not my master. My wife has the same bloody password for everything. She's the weak link. For most of my accounts, I have 30 random string of numbers, letters, and symbols, so yeah. 30 is nice, but a lot of websites have ridiculous requirements that you actually can't have that long of a password. I made a thing that generates a 22-character string, and a lot of sites won't actually take it. They'll limit me to 20 or 12. Dumb. And of course, Australian government websites will limit you to 8 characters, and you're not allowed to use certain characters because they're really, really dumb, and they're clearly embedding their password in some plain text XML document somewhere, because the passwords, the characters that they've limited you from using are ampersand, open angle bracket, close angle bracket, and semicolon maybe. If I can't, I'll just use the max amount it has. Yeah, you've got to watch out for that cyclone. Which site was it? I think it was the Opal site, maybe? Like the Opal travel site for Sydney. When I set a password on it, I mean, I could be slandering them. Some Australian website, I set a password on it, and it was like, okay, that's cool, you've set your password now, and it was 22 characters. And then I went to log in, and it limits it to 20 characters. So I couldn't log in because I couldn't physically put the password in. And I tried also with, like, hacking around it and things. I just reset the password eventually, but, one team will be the team that's made your password entry form, and another team will be the team that's made the login form, and the product managers aren't communicating between each other, so you get different requirements. It's just standard software. It's crap. Some types just truncate it and don't tell you. That's also the worst, Gareth. He then continues with a small bow. Greetings, Britannian. What dost thou wish of the great Daemon Arcadion? Okay, great Daemon Arcadion. What is your name? The big Daemon smiles ingratiatingly, showing inch-long pointed teeth. As I have said, I am the Daemon Arcadion. And what's a Daemon? That is how thy people address those of my race. You can't tell from Arcadian's voice whether or not he minds that fact. So, what is it you do in this mirror? Arcadian attempts to smile, but failing miserably, he gives you a grimace that could turn a dragon to stone. I'm currently in the service of one mage, Erethian by name, he states, rather formally. You get the distinct impression that Arcadian would just as soon rip Erethian limb from limb as serve him. What do you think about Erethian? He is my master. The Daemon's smile contorts into a scarcely hidden scowl of hatred. Until other arrangements can be made. Arcadian's toothsome smile appears on his shadowy features. Can you serve him? The large Daemon's eyes close as he appears to be restraining the force of horrific emotions. I have served that blind old fool for over 200 years. Arcadian pauses, regaining his composure. A thought visibly crosses his darkened face. Perhaps thou mightest assist me to free myself of this unwanted bondage. Oh, unwanted bondage, that's no good. Always get consent. I could prove an invaluable ally. The Daemon pauses to let his offer sink in, then... Well, mortal? Wilt thou help me? Sure, why not? Nothing could possibly go wrong from this. A wicked look of triumph flickers across Arcadian's face, to be quickly replaced by a ludicrous semblance of gratitude. Thou art truly courageous to vow to release me. My gratitude hath no bounds. An oily grin coats the Daemon's face. Thou hast made quite a powerful ally this day, mortal. His eyes blink in what is possibly meant to be a charming manner. Bye. Oh, I think... Yeah, we can talk about releasing him, but we won't actually be able to. I'll need a special gem in which to house my essence when thou crackest this prison of a mirror. His eyes are alight with the possibility of its impending freedom. What does this gem look like? Daemon is the safe word. There was one on this island, that much I know. Find it. Bring it to me, and together we shall break this mirror which binds me to that blasted mage. Alright, see ya. I mean, I suppose we can talk to Erethian about him. See if he thinks freeing him would be a good idea. I'll never get any work done like this. What dost thou wish of me? Erethian seems a little peevish at this point. You're right, Fish. It's not peevish. It's peevish. Is that in the dictionary? Well, I mean, Google's corrected me to peevish. No, I don't think it is. So you have this Daemon mirror. Ah, so thou hast met that old windbag. Bad spelling is my pet peeve. Oh yeah, mine too. Truly, I feel that I would do better to free myself of that burdensome beast, but he sometimes proves to be useful. If it weren't for his whining, perhaps he and I would get along better. 'Tis his favourite pastime. He begs, pleads, and threatens me to free him from that stupid mirror. Believe me, if I could, I would have done it long ago. Erethian's lined face shows his chagrin. He wants this special bauble. I once possessed this gem he seeks, and I don't think he'd be very happy once he gets it. I've tried to tell him that it would only imprison him in a more mobile jail, but alas, his head is made of stone. And something useful to note? Quite. Arcadian seems to have dominion over Britannia, seeks to have dominion over Britannia, and believes that the gem will give him the ability to exert his power here. In truth, the ether gem works in the reverse. His power will become accessible to those who possess the gem. And where is this gem, out of curiosity? The gem was pilfered from me by that ill-tempered dragon. She blew her way into this castle, waylaid the golems that protect the Shrine of Principle, then destroyed a perfectly good secret door on her way to the test of courage. I'd have liked to see her squeeze through the hole she made. It is hardly big enough for a creature of her bulk. The mage's milky eyes twinkle with suppressed mirth. Hey, don't fat shame, even if it's a dragon. In fact, especially if it's dragon, do not fat shame. What about those golems? Yes. This pair of man-shaped magical constructs used to guard the Shrine of Principle, but alas, one fell prey to falling rocks when the dragon assaulted the castle. The other picked up his, brother, for lack of a better word, and carried him off through the portal to the test of love. So we could learn more about the tests, but we kind of already do. I'm curious as to what he thinks about the psyche returning from what the Statue of Truth told us. Could this possibly be true? Erethian's blind eyes light up with unabashed glee. What an opportunity I have here. He once again notices your presence. Now, do not let any strange ideas of destruction into thy mind, Avatar. I shan't let thee deprive me of this chance to experience a true wonder of the world. Run along now. Is there not a right to be wronged somewhere else? Yeah, probably. Bye. Goodbye and good luck. Thou'lt need it. The old mage snickers under his breath as enjoying a personal joke, quite possibly at your expense. Alright, so we could go do the test of courage, or at least attempt to do it. But I want to get a drink first because I am getting a bit parched. I shall leave you with the cat cam. I'm having a lovely Yorkshire tea. That's great. It is my favourite. Let me just mute momentarily. Thank you. Yeah, there's game sound but no mic because I am a good streamer. I am professional. I remembered to switch scenes. I remembered to switch back to the game scene. I didn't remember to put my mic back on. There's that wonderful voice. Every streamer does it. This is true, but I feel I need to build myself some sort of large flashing red light with Arduino things. I watched a StarCraft streamer cast a whole 30-minute program with his mic off. Wow. The start of my quarantine stream had about 30 minutes of no mic. Quarantine being a fun DOS game where you drive a taxi in a post-apocalyptic world. Okay, so in this mess of bodies somewhere... Headless... Skeletons... where is our companion Jana? I do hope she's still alive. We've got a crazy red moongate there as well, which I didn't really acknowledge earlier. Corpses, corpses, corpses. Yeah, I don't see her. Oh dear, and pushing Z doesn't reveal her statistics, which means she's actually dead. That's not great. Where is she though? Oh hello, that body has a key in it, that's probably important. Still though, ooh, hello. Look, you look at this naked body and you don't think there's someone with some magical powerful armor. But sure enough, yeah, magic. I think everyone has got stuff though. Maybe Spark could use it. Just dump that stuff. I'm not going to use it. We can't sell it, which I think is a plus point for the game, honestly. The fact that I'm not trying to resell this plate armor for a bit of extra cash. If that were possible, then there's no way I would ever get anything done. I would always be lugging stuff back to the shops. We killed that mage back here, but his body's gone now. I should have tried to loot it, I guess. And that might mean that he respawns? Oh god, the skeletons and the headless do. This is still a problem because Jana's body is around here somewhere, and I have a horrible feeling that her body is obscured by the wall there. Alright, we're cheating. We're cheating and we're moving the wall away just so we can test. No, not there. Pedestal? No. Did she wander down here and get herself killed? It was at negative 53 hit points, which didn't seem to be the end of her, just sort of a mild nuisance. But obviously something kept attacking. You can just delete the wall, that seems risky. I'm not deleting the wall, I'm moving it around. And objects of this nature, they don't stay where you put them. The game is optimized such that normal players could not possibly move this wall, therefore there's no point remembering its location. If I walk away and then back down, well, okay, in this case they're not gone because I just didn't go far enough. If I walk far away and come back, well, if I walk far away and come back, there's more enemies. Hooray. Can we kill the enemies, please? Avatar, do stuff. Ah, there's her body. It was obscured by a pile of skeletons earlier. Okay, so that's a problem. We need to go back to Lord British, I think. Problem is, she's one of our super strong people, and therefore it's likely only a super strong person would be able to carry her. There we go, okay. Let's cast Help and go back to Lord British. Yo, Kingy, I hate to bother you in the middle of the night. I'm trying to sleep. Yes, Poggers? Lord British asks. Actually, wait, I need to put them on the ground. Yolo was carrying Sentry. Hello. And Spark was carrying Jana. And she had a lot of stuff on her, so let's just move that crate over there and put some of those things in it. Or just to make sure nothing gets deleted accidentally. In fact, let's save as well. But yeah, I reckon I'll make a big flashing red light for the micro thing. It's the only way. Slightly problematic is the fact that there's two possible ways I can mute my microphone. There's the system-wide one, which I tend to use because it's got a nice shortcut. And then there's the OBS one, which I probably won't notice. Yeah, okay. Kingy, where's my friends, please? Yes, Poggers, Lord British asks. I can still heal, cure poison, and sometimes resurrect. Art thou in need of one of these? Yes. Of which service dost thou have need? I have brought 2 corpses into your bedroom in the middle of the night. Pick one. Indeed, this person is badly wounded. I will attempt to return them to health. Of course, it will never cost thee anything to use mine healing services. Breath doth return to the body, thy comrade is alive. Done. Alright, bye. Goodbye, poggers. Do come back soon. That was one of them. See, he's picked up his backpack instead of putting it on his back. What a derp. Who had the dagger? Wait, don't go to bed yet. Who goes there? Yes, poggers, Lord British asks. Heal. I can still heal. Yes. No service need. Resurrect. Indeed. Of course. Breath. Done. Bye. Goodbye, poggers. Do come back soon. And Jana is alive again, but at negative 53 hit points and in need of a heal. And that's just kind of how it is. Here's your chest. I will give you a burst of healing. There. Sorted. How many bolts do you have left, Ayla? 24. That's not too bad. Could get more though, couldn't we? I mean, if we're in Britain anyway, we may as well stock up on ammo. Plus it's the middle of the night, so let's go home and sleep first. Oh no, if we sleep though, then the two ridiculous people I've got in my party will go into a coma again. Yeah, screw it, we're not hurting that much for ammo. Let's teleport back to the Isle. Not paralyze. Cool. Alright, we can do this. We've got a full party again. Not really a full party. You can have up to 8 people in your party in Ultima VII. And it gets kind of unmanageable. Drugs are bad, okay? Yeah, it has its downsides, for sure. I'm hoping to save up all of the rest of our doses for Sentry, and maybe get him to underflow the health counter enough that he goes to some sort of sensible but still powerful level. Yes. I'll save again. Alright, we've just got to get it to the dragon. Because then we try and kill the dragon, and we fail. Any more mages? No, just headless. Kill them all, please. We're not fleeing anyone, it's fine, relax. I'm kind of curious as to what these moon gates do. So let's go through one. Okay, they do nothing, huh? Fine. So we have to get through this gate. We found a key earlier. Oh, that's glass sword, we need that. Perfect. Spiders? And my team is stuck pathfinding again. Because there's a bunch of dragons on the other side of the wall. Hooray! We did so good with the dragons last time. And more scorpions. Okay, no dragons, but a very suspicious lever. Don't know what that did. And this... Oh, hang on. Iolo died. Whoops. Died and we didn't even notice. Jana, I don't suppose you can res him right now. I really don't want to have to go all the way back to the castle. Yay! He even put his gear in the right place. Good boy. How's everyone's hit points doing then? Mine could be better. But everyone else is fine. Yellow must have just gotten unlucky. And yeah, I think that lever opened this little section of wall here. And maybe we needed another lever to pull to get that bit opened. And there's more scorpions. Hooray. Why did it go dark? Did Sentry die? How did he die so quickly? He was on 22 hits. Okay. Eventually, I will get the resurrection spell myself. And then we're going to spam it as much as we need. Until then, I guess, boy, you can hold on to the dumbass who got himself killed. Which unfortunately means you're not going to be able to wield the Hoe of Destruction. Maybe you can have the Fire Sword. Okay, so maybe there's another lever around here somewhere that we didn't see because of all the crap. Ah, yes, it's right here. And there's a spider. Hooray. We're not fleeing. It's fine, game. We're just going to pull this lever. Get the hell out of here. There's more scorpions. Of course there are. This way, team. Alright, let's give it another save. We can do this. We'll get to the dragon and then fail to kill it. It's fine. You have a bad feeling, Avatar. How do you think I feel? Okay. Door opens to ominous room with crystal ball. What does the crystal ball show us? It shows us putting a glass sword on this thing gets us a key, maybe? Or there's a room with a glass sword and a key. Ow. Ooh, gems. Get used to this music, because we're gonna have to be fleeing from monsters that can't get us anyway. A lot. But how is everyone doing for hits? I'm at 9. Spark is at -11. Hooray. So why don't we give me a potion? Damn building evacuation alarm going off. Are you sure it's not the fleeing music from Ultima? I should use some of these other potions as well, like the purple one for protection. And then we could heal Spark with a spell so that he's got more hit points. And I guess give him an orange potion because he's also asleep. Orange. There. Is everyone sorted? I want to try putting a sword on this just to see if it will... Yeah, okay. It broke and it gave us a key. That's kind of a nuisance though, because we needed that glass sword. Maybe there's another place in the area to get one. Or actually, hang on. That's the one we brought with us. We found one, yes, here. In the test of courage, so... No, in the test of truth. So we'll use that one for the dragon. And I think this key is no longer needed. And here's a bunch of people who died. Ooh, magic shield. Who wants the magic shield? Well, currently no one can hold it, but here, I'll just give that to you. And a chest. Can we lockpick the chest? Aha, chest also has a glass sword in it. Handy. If only you fools had taken your glass sword out of your chest. And you might have been able to save yourselves. Okay, locked door. This one, yay. In it we have some booze. I'll have that. In fact, booze for everyone except Spark because he's underage. And we can't give him toxic substances like alcohol. That would be very, very inappropriate of us. Yeah, you can have this milk. Food! Don't mind if I do. Ooh, I'll have this fish and chips now, actually. Just, you know, you get the mid-dungeon hunger strikes. Okay, so big fancy decorated corridor that way. And a troll. Hi! Oh, not again! Not again! My party is so weak and frail and mortal. Well, I mean, the boy could carry both of them. Alarm stopped going off as soon as we finally decided to evacuate. So annoying. Ah. That sucks, Gareth. Hopefully, hopefully it's just a false alarm and people will learn their lesson and not leave the jaffle machine on. I feel like I have to go back to the castle again to resurrect these chumps. Goes off all the time. We have to put the cat into his carrier, which he doesn't enjoy. They don't know. Especially not with an alarm blaring off. Well, let's eat this random fish from the floor. And these ribs. And this beef. Oh, Cyclops had a chest on him. Is that something we can lockpick? No. That's interesting. Oh, it's a locked chest that you can lockpick, but I think it's trapped. Let's verify that with a spell. You see, I'm not usually using a lot of these magic spells for combat because A, you run out of mana really quickly, and B, there's usually not enough time to sort of fiddle around and be like, aha, I will cast this one spell. I mean, time pauses while you've got this open, but I mean, it's easy to just let them go swing at each other and punch it out. Detect trap. Aha, it is trapped. Alright. Can I destroy trap? Does that change the quality number? No, it's still 255. So my my thing won't work on it, the special key that we've got that opens locked chests, because that is for chests with the lock number of 0. And yeah, this is locked with the key of 255. We could bash it open, I suppose. It's just some gold nuggets. It's not even that many gold nuggets. Cool, cool. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to teleport back to Lord British. So let's first mark where we're up to. And then the boy can grab that, and we can teleport. We should have Lord British on speed dial at this point. In Serpentile, the resurrection mechanic is much nicer in that you get an hourglass and you can summon someone to resurrect people out in the field. Yes, buggers, Lord British asks. Yeah, we need to actually put the bodies... We need to let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. And then he will be able to resurrect them. Once he wakes up. Yes, poggers, Lord British asks. Heal. I can still heal. Yes. Which service? Resurrect. Indeed. Of course. Breathless return. Done. Thank you. Check that he's come back. Derp. Who is holding onto your fire sword, sentry? Boy? Yeah. There you go. And Lord British, if you could, just one more, please. Yes. Resurrect. Indeed, of course. Breathless return. Done. Bye. Okay, you're kind of low on ammo there, YOLO, so I'm going to get you to switch weapons. The magic wand is not as powerful as it could be, but it does have unlimited charges. Actually, we picked up a bunch of wands last time. We should probably use some of those. But, alright, is this everyone? Everyone's got okay health, yeah? Alright, back we go. I'm glad we got that mana now that we can cast spells a bunch. Recall... And of course the trolls are back. Someone dies in this fight, I swear. Stop. Don't stand in the fire. Okay. Okay. Is everyone okay? 105, 76, 20. I can adjust their attack patterns. You attack the weakest enemy. Put your halo on. No, 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 please. We fixed this. We fixed it. Well, he's deaf, so the alarm doesn't concern him. That's nice. I thought we fixed this. We had a few random crashes in the first few episodes, and it was because, so I thought, I had a DOSBox setting that was changing what kind of CPU core it was pretending to be. And I put it back to the default, and it's been working like a charm. A bit fast sometimes, a bit slow other times, but it's been working. And now we've got a crash. Pleased to be enjoying CatCam while I restart game. Mr. Zinks, hello! You've come in just at the right time. The game crashed. I have to restart it. How are you doing? How was the movie? Back to game screen. I'm well, and the movie's good. How about yourself and the game? I'm going alright. I am very sleepy as usual. Game's going well. We've done one of the 3 trials of truth, love, and courage. We did truth. And as a result, we got our stats boosted. Intelligence of 30. We're going to try and do courage next, except we can't do courage next because reasons. It looks like we didn't save too far away from all of that chaos, and we've only got 1 party member down. So that's good. Ow. Got less gems this time. Got 2 dragons this time. 3 dragons! Kill them, kill them, kill them. Okay. Thank goodness thou art with us again. We were all very worried about thy condition. Thou hast been unconscious for so long we thought thou hadst lost thy life. It was Elizabeth and Abraham who found thee and delivered thee to us. They brought thee here along their way to Tehom. It's truly mysterious how this continues to happen to thee. I'm more concerned about how Elizabeth and Abraham happened to come across me on the Isle of Fire, and how they brought me here by cart or whatever. The movie was like 50% people saying yeah and geez. I am glad to see thee alive, my good friend. I was sorely grieved at thine apparent demise. In the midst of our battle I did lose track of thee. It is good to find thee safe. If thou art feeling up to it, let us then continue our quest. Oh boy. Okay, I mean it's the trial of courage, which means fighting. And that's what we've been bad at, and we want to get better at, but to do that we have to pass the trial of courage. So, I mean, it's fine. Let's first fix our balked party members. Spark is at -9, Jan is at -52. We still have enough ingredients to cast spells, yay. Alright, we're back. But I don't believe in, like, before the crash, we had saved our position. So let's see where the spell takes us. Yeah, it just takes us back to the island. Okay, that's fine. We just have to go back into the castle, through the moon gate, past the skeletons and the headless, past the spiders and the scorpions. Empress, if you're back in the stream, just be aware there are a few comically large cartoon spiders in this next area. Hey, stop, stop. Don't go after something you can't see. Oh geez, not spiders. Yeah, I mean it's role-playing games. They have them. Large scorpions as well. Die, fool! Yeah, you sure told that spider. Oh lord, there's more of them. Okay, enough. Let's drag the party out of this area because the enemies keep coming back. Oh yeah? Yeah. I think we're past that area now though, so it should be fine. Unless you've got a phobia of dragons. Ow, not again. No, come on, not again. You're not sending me back to the poorhouse in Paws. 10 hit points. Let's drink a potion mid-battle. And I can put that dragon to sleep as well, actually. James, yeah, you've seen Fargo, yeah. I don't think I have, actually. But it's fine. I will watch it at some point. Potion for Avatar, and a sleep potion for the dragon. Alright, we've given everything a good killing. We can open this chest and get another sword. And another shield. It's fine, it's fine. We watch so many movies together, it's crazy. Yes, Poggers, John asks. Yeah, wrong person. Okay, there we go. So we just have to sacrifice a sword on this pedestal here to get the key for the next area. I think that key is no longer needed. Oh yeah, look at all that gear. Geez, you could really do some damage with that, yeah. Oh geez, not enough movies, James. There's lots of movies. There is so many movies. And then we drank the contents of this chest. No alcohol for Spark, he's underage, he only gets fantasy drugs. And we can loot the food. Oh yeah, not Fargo, James, oh geez. You're just parodying the way they talk, huh? Alright, we'll save again here, and we'll try and deal with those trolls. Right, has everyone got enough health? Allegedly. battle. Mostly murdering these guys in their sleep, which I'm okay with. Oh, no chest on the Cyclops this time to distract us. That's nice. More food. Eat all the food we can get. Party is hungry. Oh geez, those are some big trolls. Alright, so we've got two metal doors here that would need to lower into the ground for us to bypass it. So I'm guessing we have to go find levers to unlock those doors. And there's one here that lets us get a nice helmet. So yay. I know that someone was missing a helmet. Spark. There you go. And that did something. Oh yeah? Yeah. There's a golem there. Okay, kill it. No, don't attack the dragon, that's fine. Die, fool! Ow. Ow, not again! Oh, come on! Thank goodness thou art with us again, blah 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 blah. I'm so close to the end of, well, to the end of the Courage dungeon, but not necessarily to the conclusion of it. Alright. Dead again, dead again. Oh jeez. Heal the boy. Jana. Teleport back. All right. We're back. If I can just get to the end of this one, I can call it a night. More skeletons, hooray. No, stop, it's already dead. I don't think the skeletons take much damage from fire, actually. Why did you bring that wand out anyway? What weapon were you using before? Weren't you using the Juggernaut hammer? Oh no, it's probably gotten lost in the dungeon somewhere. See, it's a hammer that she can throw and it magically returns back to her, but if, for example, she threw it and then we all died and got sent back to the poorhouse, then it's probably just somewhere here in the dungeon. Yeah, enough, come on. Honestly, it's like dragging toddlers around with you. They're always keen to run off and fight the next big interesting thing. Let's just get past all the spiders and the dragons. Ow, ow, ow. Try not to take a face full of dragon fire. August is asleep. Hopefully my companions can solve this before I die. Please? What the hell is going on?
Poor Avatar. Poor Avatar.
So I'm at -3. Spiders and dragons, yeah. Jana has enough hit points, she's just sort of standing there though. And everyone else is dead. Probably wouldn't go in that cave. Yeah, not a good idea. I'm unconscious, so I can't do anything. This doesn't look... Oh geez, this doesn't look good. Yeah. 10 out of 10. You know what? Let's reload a save. Oh geez. We gave it a go. We rolled with the punches. Sometimes you just have to reload a save game. These doors. We want to get past these doors. Picking this up did something. Didn't open the doors, but it definitely did something. I have half a feeling like I actually have to put this helmet down somewhere else. We'll see. Here's a golem. Kill the golem, please. Here's another golem. Please be killing that one as well. No, no, don't go for the dragons. It's fine. There's a slime. Relax, people, relax. It's fine. Oh, gremlins. Ah, good. She still has her hammer. That's good. I wouldn't have liked hunting around the dungeon for all that. I suppose we can pick up some gremlin food and give it to you, Yellow. There's a pastry. Okay, okay. Saving. Saving even more. Oh geez. Oh yeah. We will get through this trial if we have to save at every step of the way. Rat. Yeah, okay, there's an iron helmet there. But hang on, this is the other side of those doors we wanted to pass, isn't it? Oh no, it isn't. It's the dragon's lair is this way. Okay, we're near the end. Cool. Is everyone healthy? No, Ayolo needs healing. And we will want to save as well. So let's grab this helmet. Yep, yep. And then switch it with the magic one we picked up. If you like putting items on pedestals puzzles, then boy are you gonna like Serpentile when we get round to that. So I guess we have to go all the way back around and drop the iron... Oh, hello, slimes. The iron helmet on the other pedestal. Oh, please, no! It was just slimes! Slimes aren't that damaging. Gonna do this. We're gonna. Heal. Rip. Jeez. Yeah. I really missed the B key opening your spellbook as a shortcut. Heal you, then get back to the island. Yeah, you'll get it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Sinks. I might suggest, however, that before we go through this bit, which has a lot of enemies in it that we keep fighting over and over again, we all take a drink of these invisibility potions. Oh no, I've... I should be the last person to drink a potion, because when I drink it, my view goes all black and white, and now I'm not sure which potion is which. We do have invisibility dust though, so we could try that on the other three. Yeah. Let that be a lesson for next time. Now let's just run the hell through all of this stuff, and they won't see us. Ha! Hacks. The only problem is going to be the dragons. Also, it looks like the invisibility dust wears off a lot sooner. Go here, we put the iron helmet. Not that one. On this pedestal. And then we can get through. Oh, who used a glass sword? I heard one of my party members, or possibly me, because the avatar is kind of computer controlled, pull out a glass sword and waste it on that troll. But then somehow we still died, so I don't know what the hell happened there. Okay. We're nearly there. We're nearly there, I promise. I'm only tormenting myself by dying over and over again for entertainment value for everyone watching. If it weren't for you guys, I would just be doing this like MLG Pro strats, and it wouldn't be as interesting. So, like, I just need to make things tense and exciting. I'm entirely convinced. Good. Unless John has pulled out the wand again, that might mean we've dropped the Juggernaut hammer somewhere, yay. I might have to find that. since we're here, let's go via Lord British and get Bloody Sentry resurrected as well. Who's carrying him? Boy. Because yeah, if the boy is busy carrying a body, then he can't carry the hoe of destruction here. Which limits his offensive potential. Hey Kingy, yes porters, Lord British asks. Heal. I can still heal. Of which service dost thou need? Thank you, bye. Alright. You are weird. Hold that there, please. And frankly, yeah, this might be a time to pull out the old lightning wands. Stuff we don't need. You could also probably do with a wand or something. Why don't you use this one? Alright, now we can teleport back. Why do I still hear crackling noises? Is it because of the fire wand? Yeah. These are both fire wands. I thought we had a lightning wand somewhere. You got it. Okay. So... same trick, but better executed this time. You have the potions. Do we actually have enough? We've got 2 black potions there. 2 black potions there. So one of you will have to be visible to the enemy. Which kind of sucks. We do have a purple potion, so that person could be a bit better protected. We'll let the boy be the visible one, honestly, and we can make other people who are less big with the hit points be invisible. And myself, obviously, being the most important member of the crew. Oh yeah, James. Are you asking a question, or are you just saying, oh yeah, James? Let's go. Come on. Dodge left and right. Don't let the boy get hit too much. Oh, this dungeon sucks. Oh yeah, James. Right. You're cheering me along. My personal cheerleader. I really appreciate it. Ah, dragons. Redeemed hydrate. Thank you, Empress. I will get right on that. As soon as I murder a bunch of trolls. Ooh, 7 gold coins. And some gold nuggets. Woo. Okay, and these gates are lowered, which means we can get through here. Immediately save. Oh, geez. And hydrate. Alright, we are so close. We can do this one thing, and I'll end the stream there, and then there'll be like another half of this courage thing, the quest to do, along with the whole test of love to also do. So that'll make another second stream. I can break it into 2 parts. Okay, so we've saved here. Also, what I want to do is use the mark and recall thing here. Maybe with a different marker, except right now I can't see color. So that'll be tricky. Could use whatever that one is on the right, I suppose. Do that. Where's my inventory? Because we'll be returning to this dragon after we fail to defeat it the first time. And we want to make it easier on ourselves to actually get back here. So we'll do a little sneaky mark on that stone, whatever that one is. Oh, look at that, a charged dust in the shape of a burned body. And it had a magic axe on them, that's nice. Let's take it for the sake of hoarding them. Did we seriously lose the Juggernaut hammer? That's so annoying. Also, please tell me I have at least one glass sword. I do. So this dragon cannot be killed by normal means. But a glass sword does maximum damage. Well met, Seeker. I am Dracothraxus, thy test, and I fear thy defeat lies before thee. For thou shouldst know that I am made immortal by the Keeper of Courage. 'Twould take a truly powerful artifact to destroy me, one that does not exist. The great dragon pours the earth in expectation of your imminent battle. Come on, give it a good glass swording. Come on, Avatar. Well done, little human. Thou art as powerful as thou art courageous. That's weird. I don't think I've used the sword yet. Do not think that thou hast destroyed me. Thou hast merely bested me. And for this wondrous feat, I think thou dost deserve a reward. I have a truly magnificent gem that I would give to thee, if thy courage can but continue for a bit. Dracothraxus opens her mouth wide. Within, you can see a multitude of teeth, each one needle sharp. Also, near the back, you see a small but brilliant blue gem. Do you reach in and take it? Yes, we do. As you place your hand in the furnace that is the dragon's maw, you can't help but wonder if a small gem is worth the risk. Nevertheless, you persevere and retrieve the lovely little gem. I go now to rest, but I shall return. The door will not open until thou hast found a way to best me for good and for all. Farewell, little mortal. Okay, gang, are we all alive? We are! Amazing! We're also apparently hungry. Is there any other good loot in this dragon lair? Oh yeah, there's a person with a bunch of crossbow bolts. I'll take those and enchant them when I have my vision back. And a triple crossbow is still pretty nice. I mean, you can deck your whole team out with them if you want. Is that it in terms of loot? Might be. Hooray! We've got color vision back again. There's a person here. Oh wow! This person in the dust was so close and had the means of slaying the dragon in their grasp. Just goes to show. Didn't even use mine up. Okay, so James. Yeah? Oh geez, what is it? They really want to make sure you have a glass sword, yeah. It's weird though, it didn't even use mine, but we still bested the dragon. Why is it when you stream, I have the sudden urge to spend my money? What are we looking at this time, Empress? Get this shopping urge, do you? Is it all the shinies that I'm collecting? All the loot? What am I looking at? I want to... Yeah, right. I wanted to check which color virtue stone we'd actually marked this place as. It was the red one. Suitable. Alright, I'll put that in my record of which one is which. The red one used to go to Jaholm at the Shrine of Valor, but now it goes to Dragon Lair. Yay. My wishlist on the iconic. I still need to get my sensor bathroom bin. Oh yeah, that one that you showed us. That looked very cool, I gotta say. Like, possibly a little much, but very cool. And rather than face all of those things again, let's just use recall to get back to the island. No, that was a bag avatar. You can't cast recall on a bag. There's the stone. Here's the book. Take a look. Alright. I mean, I am extra. It's alright to have cool things sometimes. I mean, this water bottle, right? This is probably the most extra thing I own that I purchased because I was getting one as a present for someone. And I got one as well for myself, and you can push a button here, or periodically it does it anyway. And it's got a little UV LED in there that, in theory, irradiates the water to make sure it's clean and purified and there's no bacteria building up in there, which, to be fair, is a valid thing. I have another water bottle that gets a little grody quite easily, and the water doesn't taste as nice. But yeah, it's a Lark bottle. So, like, it's a bottle with a USB charging port. It's a little silly. But, I mean, one of my coworkers got me onto it and was like, okay, yeah, that's the sort of level of silliness that I could buy for someone as a gift, because then it's a gift, so, you know, you don't care. And then if I got another one, then okay, I could try it out. They also make a jug. Sorry, I'm a bad influence on you, Empress. I'm giving you all of these ideas of expensive things to buy. So we need an artifact that's more powerful than a glass sword even to defeat that dragon. This is fucked, I feel attacked. We could ask our friend Erethian here if he has any ideas. I'll never get any work done like this. What do you wish of me? Erethian seems a little peevish at this point. I need a powerful artifact. I once attempted to create a sword of great power. Erethian frowns in concentration, then says, if thou wishest to continue my work, thou shalt have need of some few pieces of forging equipment, and a place to put them. I know just the spot. Come with me, and I see what I can do to help thee. That's very nice of him. A look of grim determination comes to Erethian's lined features. He pushes up his sleeves like a blacksmith about to shoe a high-strung horse. Careful now, the old mage says solicitously. The powers I am about to release are capricious and fickle. I would not like to see something untoward happen to thee. You feel a great surge in the ether, which seems to temporarily stabilize it in this area. Little beads of sweat appear on the elderly mage's furrowed brow. That was a bit harder than I'd expected. He pauses to mop his forehead with the tip of his sleeve. I had to redirect a small underground river for the well to tap. Now then. Thou shalt have need of some few tools to make use of this equipment, shan't thee? His rhetorical question goes unanswered, as he once again prepares to unleash his will upon the world. No, no, no! My water bottle is from its store. Well, is it a fancy water bottle? I also got a pluralsight one, but it's glass and doesn't keep anything cold. Yeah, I've got another domain water bottle now. I don't use it that much because it's the, like, straw kind. Amidst muttered curses detailing the uselessness of ether and bothersome interdimensional beings, Erethian intones the magical words, An vas ilem, kal bet ilem. Erethian's face begins to take on an ashen pallor, but he looks contented with a job well done. As I have said, I myself once attempted to create an artifact of great power. I crafted the hilt from a dark substance that is immutable, save by magical means. The blade, however, is cast of an alloy of this substance and the purest metals known to Britannia. My artistic skills served me well enough to fashion the hilt, but, alas, the strength was not in my arm to beat a good temperament of the blade. Perhaps thou canst finish this great artifact for me. He pulls a poorly worked blade with a fine hilt out of thin air. Your wife lost the domain one. Ah. Fear not to touch the hilt when the blade is hot, for heat apparently does not travel well across the medium of the pure, black substance. I wish thee good luck. He hands thee the sword to you and wearily turns away. Right, let's look at this water bottle. Due to an extremely high volume of requests, replies from our customer service team may be delayed. We appreciate your patience. Oh yeah, that's nice. Where is my OBS? Water bottles. I like how everything is all caps and shouty. Disclaimer. We have found our current cold ink may be more prone to wear, discoloration from skin oils and exposure to heat than other colors. Some fading is normal over the lifetime of the product. We are exploring ideas to improve its resilience with our supplier. Oh geez. He hands the sword to you and wearily turns away. So yeah, it's interesting that he can do all this magical stuff when all of the other mages in Britannia have been going mad from exposure to the distorted ether. But perhaps it's just taking a bit longer to affect him. We have this sword blank. It's very nice that we don't have to source the materials ourselves. I kind of want... Yeah, let's eat because Party is yelling at me for being hungry. I'm probably overfeeding people a bit, honestly. Like, the food will have, like, food values in the game of, like, how much hunger it fixes up. And probably, you know, someone has just enough room for just a little bit more, but I give them a whole rack of mutton. Or something like that. Alright, that's everyone, right? Cool. Stainless steel reusable bottle variant, nothing fancy. This is now bottle review. Empress, if you could set the category to water bottle review. I'm sure there is one on Twitch. Ceramic reusable bottle. This is the ultimate reusable bottle. It's beautiful, maintains your beverage temperature, and keeps your drink... Oh, go away. Tasting just the way you like it. No nasty metallic flavored water here. Plus, you can relax knowing it won't spill in your bag when you're on the go. In olive green. No, that's gelato. Neon green. Khaki. Is there an olive here? Green blue? Sailor blue? Royalty? I don't see an olive, actually. Maybe it's out of stock? Oh, khaki. My bad, not olive green. Green blue. Khaki, there we go. It is actually kind of olive looking now that I see it. But I am no good with colours. going? 3 hours, jeez. I'm kind of tired. It is 10 o'clock. But we've got, I think, all of the materials we need to make the Blackrock sword. And so we could do that and then just, like, defeat the dragon and finish the test of courage. So how about we save. And then we do the thing. Their coffee cups are totally incompatible with just black coffee. It's too thin and just leaks. Seems like a fairly significant design flaw there, Gareth. So first, we need water. And we need to fill up this trough. Oh, right, yeah. We need to pick the bucket up and get it from the well. And then put that in there. We should tell our characters, our party members, to put these wands away. Because they are irritating me. More water is needed. Yeah, let's end the stream by forging an artifact of unstoppable evil power. Okay, I think that's 3 of them. That'll do for now. And then we need to grab the hammer. Get the bellows nice and hot. I've also dropped it full of coffee whilst rushing into the car to get to work on time. Alright, we put the sword into the fire. We get it nice and hot. And then Sentry, if you could move it out of the way, I can put it on the anvil. No, come on, pick it up. It's right there. Oh, come on. Too heavy? It's a hammer. Beat the crap out of it. The sword is too cool. Sentry, you got in the way. I can see this is going to be extra difficult with my followers hanging around. Okay, that's done in the right place. However, they hold their heat for very long. Shakes my coffee, let's drink them all. Very clumsy, the reason I get mine from it. Oh, come on, we need to... No, it's cooling down. Okay, heat it up. Make it really, really hot. Put it on the anvil. Whack it with a hammer. And then I believe we actually have to put it into the water. And then repeat the process. I could be missing a step here, but I'm pretty sure that's what we do. I need to fill the water back up. Run the bellows. My mousing hand is actually kind of aching from all the double clicking. Come on, get it nice and hot. And carefully put it onto the anvil. We are not out of range. I'm standing right there. Jesus. No, Jana, get out of the way. Okay. Like, the hammer is in my hand. How can the hammer be out of range? Whack. After a short while, you notice that the edge has definitely improved. Let's put that there for the moment. Refill the water. I don't know how often we need to do this. I'm hoping it's not too long, or I will fall asleep. But I think when making an object of incredible power like this, it's reasonable to expect it to take a little bit of effort. How many parts do you predict for this game? Makes you feel like you've earned it. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I don't think it's going to take as long as my UFO Enemy Unknown stream. Because there's this aisle, maybe 2 streams. Then there's about like 8 other major locations to visit. I think we'll be done in like 22 episodes. We'll see. So let's grab sword, put it on the anvil, and hammer the crap out of it. I'm just abusing the menu now to keep time frozen while I'm picking things up. Hammer the crap out of it. Can we get another... You feel you've done the best job that you can, but the sword doesn't quite feel right. It's much too heavy and cumbersome to wield as a weapon. The blade has been worked as well as it can be. It will take some form of magic to make this sword blank into a usable weapon. Okay. Can you double click on that and quench it? Yay. So we have this sword blank that's now sharp. Not as big, this is big. What's after this, or still to be determined? 7 days to stream, there's a 7 days to die. Well, I'm planning to do the 7 days to die, 7 days to stream thing later this month. It's already the 12th, how did that happen? I'll figure that out. And what I've realized is I said I was going to stream 7 days continuously, but if I start on Monday and replace this normal stream with 7 days to die, then I'll go for the whole week, and then the next Monday will happen and I'll have to play this game. So it's actually 8 continuous days of streaming, if you look at it like that. But I'll sort that out, and then once we finish Ultima 7, I'm not sure what we want to do. We probably might just play a few random games for a bit as a palate cleanser. We might want to try Ultima Underworld 2, because Ultima Underworld 2 is set between Blackgate and Serpentile, and I've never finished that one. And I have a save game where I was fairly late into the game and lost track of everything. But we might also just go straight into Serpentile, because it's also a very cool game. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Let's make this sword more powerful by shoving a daemon into it. Thou hast within thy possessions a small blue gem. It can be used to free me. Crack this accursed mirror with it. I'll enter it as I am freed. Arcadian looks prepared to burst from the mirror. I really liked Underworld 2. Yeah, I did too, Calfish. I finished it, but I can't remember many details because it was about 1,000 years ago. Yeah, I got really far. And then, you know, with games like this, you put it down for a bit, you pick it back up again. And it's no longer a case of like, okay, which world do I need to unlock next? Which is the obvious next place to go. I'd unlocked most of them, and I'd completely gotten lost. So now I have 7 dimensions to search through to try and pick up the quest thread that I lost. It's just ridiculous. I couldn't finish it. Alright, small gem. We do have that gem, don't we? That's 10 starbursts. Where's the gem that we got from the dragon? It should be an actual thing. Oh, here it is, this tiny blue thing. Jeez. Okay. Oh, jeez. I believe the gem must be held in the weapon hand to break the mirror. Thank you, Ayolo. Smash that mirror. I mean, breaking a normal mirror is 7 years bad luck, so what's breaking a mirror that has a demon in it gonna be? How many years? Also, come on, isn't this breaking the mirror? I have to put the sword away? Do I have to double click the gem while I've got it? Okay. There we go. The little gem pulses with energy. Now all Britannia shall feel my wrath. I'll make them all pay for every decade I spent within that accursed mirror. The gem glows brighter, and you expect the world to come apart at the seams, then nothing. No! The daemon's primal scream sounds a bit crystalline through the medium of the gem. This cannot be! That old fool was right! I'm still trapped! The daemon's anguished voice falls silent. You were saying something about wrath, all Britannia? Arcadian sounds a bit pensive as he replies, Forgive my momentary indiscretion, master. My bitter emotions overcame my reasoning for a brief time. I shall not let it happen again. Master, you say? The daemon pauses for a moment. Thou hast imprisoned my physical form. I am therefore bound to thy will by powers far older than thou or I wield. What wouldst thou have of me? Long ago, even by my accounting of time, my people were defeated by a powerful race of beings in an attempt to conquer this realm. This race lived here long before the coming of thy sovereign, Lord British. My people were defeated, and they expected death, but these great and powerful beings were not destroyers. However, they also did not wish further disruption by my kind. So they weaved enchantments beyond the ken of my race, binding us to the inhabitants of this realm. Thine own people merely used the existing enchantments to keep us enslaved, sometimes without an inkling of how this was achieved. And you're trapped. It would seem that Erethian was correct in his assumption that should I enter this gem, my power would not be set free to use as I wish. Instead it is at the beck and call of the one who possesses the gem. And that power's mine now. You hear a faint sigh, then. Wouldst thou care to partake of my power? No, not right now. Perhaps I misjudged thee, master. No, I just mean that I'm at full mana, and that's all the power you have at the moment. He pauses for a thoughtful moment. Mayhap in time thou canst call me friend as well as ally. So what's your job now? I am now thy servant. What is thy bidding, master? Alright, bye. Farewell, my master. The gem begins to dim a little. So can we just put the gem into the sword, or do we need Erethian to tell us that we can do that? The gem sparkles up at you. Yes, master. How may I serve thee? Arcadian's voice is subdued. Yeah, okay, we have to ask it. We have to ask the mage what we could do. Also, please put that one away. It is noisy. I'll never get any work done like this. What do you wish of me? Erethian seems a little peevish at this point. Black sword. Erethian nods his head when you tell him of your dilemma with the black sword. Yes, I can see how the blade would be too clumsy to swing in combat. However, if thou were to bind a magical source of power into the hilt of the blade, thou mightst be able to counteract the unwieldy nature of the sword. The little gem sparks up at this turn of conversation. I believe that in my current form, I could serve perfectly well as the blade's stabilizing force. In truth, this would allow me to give thee access to some of my more dramatic powers. The daemon sounds excited at this prospect, perhaps a little too excited. Erethian's voice is quiet as he says, Consider well before thou bindest Arcadian into the sword, for it is true that he will be able to solve the sword's problem of balance, but will he be able to solve his own problems as well? This is thy choice to make. Apparently thou hast need to make the sword function, but if the daemon is thy only recourse, I pity thee. For as surely as Arcadian will be bound within the sword, thou will be bound to possess it. I can tell thee no more. Alright, bye, goodbye and good luck. Erethian sounds truly sympathetic. Oh, he's not such a bad sort. Hey, buddy. The gem sparkles up at you. Yes, master, how may I serve thee? Black sword, in you go. If thou dost wish me to bond the gem to the sword, thou hast but to command me, master. Bond. James Bond. The sword and gem must be in thy hands for the bonding to be accomplished. Absolutely meaningless little requirement there. Here you go. Smush them together. It will be done. As the gem touches the crosspiece of the sword, the sound of tearing metal screeches through the air. The blade shifts and shimmers almost as if alive. Slowly, the sword settles into its original shape, except for the blue gem glowing in the hilt. The sword glimmers darkly as you speak to it. Greetings, my master, and how can thy humble servant aid thee? The daemon's voice has regained much of its oddly disturbing humour. What sort of powers do you have? Which of my powers dost thou seek to use? So we've got magic, which lets us restore our mana. We've got fire, which is a cool little fire strike thing. We've got death, which just kills things. Lots of things. Even Lord British. And we've got return, which for some reason it lets you teleport back here. James, I'm going to head off to bed now. Super sleepy. I am too, Empress. Thanks for the stream and catch you soon. No worries, thank you. I'm going to end this soon as well, because, woo, I've been streaming a lot longer than I expected, considering I was sleepy to begin with. But please, yeah, take care. Thank you so much for dropping by. Let's use fire powers. And what, pray tell, is the intended target of thy immense and most puissant wrath, O Master of Infinite Destruction? That bucket. Haha, take that bucket. Alright, so since we have made the sword, we may as well go and slay a dragon with it. I mean, you know, if we have to, and complete the second of the 3 trials. And then we can wrap up. I'm totally wrapping it up. Also, they weren't kidding about you being bound to the sword. If I try and drop the sword, it just teleports straight back to me. cannot let go of the sword. Game won't let me. I have $5 on the dragon. We'll see about that. Where's my spells? May as well give some of this stuff to you guys, since I can't really use... Well, I can still use weapons. Like, I can just put the Blackrock sword in my backpack. It's fine. It just has to be on my person in some manner. No, wait, it's not the white stone that we're using for that. It's the red stone here. So we're back at the dragon's lair. Dracothraxus sniffs the air distastefully. I sense my doom nearby. Perhaps I am to be released at long last. I do wish thee good luck, mortal. Defend thyself! With that, the dragon leaps at you. Sword? Oh, could I have a word with you momentarily? Just a little word in private, please. Yes, master. What dost thou seek of thy servant? Arcadian asks you in a deep, harmonic voice. About those powers you mentioned. Which of my powers dost thou wish to use? The death one, please. Where is the corpse of which thou dost speak? The dark sword begins to vibrate in your hand. The dragon, please. Ah, Dracothraxus, we meet once again. 'Tis a pity thou shan't survive our meeting this time. Perhaps if thou hadst given the gem to me when I first asked, none of this unpleasantness would have been necessary. The dragon responds with great resignation. My will is not mine, own in this matter, Arcadian. Mayhap thou art finding it too, that thy will is not thine own. So to so verbose, the dragon eats you before it finishes the sentence. The daemon, possibly stung by the dragon's repartee, falls silent and goes to its bloody work. Dead. The dragon lets out a searing sigh. Released at last. I go now to seek my reward, for this has been a test of my courage as well as thine. Thy reward lies beyond the door to the north. Enter the blue gate, and the amulet of courage will be thine. Gone. Don't even get to loot it. These golems aren't going to come to life and kill us all when we take this, are they? Yoink. Well done, mighty warrior. The unsurpassed courage which flows through thy veins could be none other than that of the Avatar. Thou hast proven thyself worthy of the reward of courage, with valor, sacrifice, honor, and spirituality. Receive it now in humility. Buzzword. Urgency breaks into the voice of the statue. I lay upon thee a geas, and thou art the Avatar, thou art bound to respond. Thy quest is to seek the talisman of infinity. Within this castle there lies a scroll which can tell thee of its use. Go now, for time grows short. Oh no, geese. Yes, a terrible and malevolent force we have not seen before. So we'll deal with the geese next time. Thank you everyone for coming by. We've got 2 of the talismans necessary, and we just need a 3rd, which will be the test of love, which should be relatively straightforward. And then we can get all of our stats to 30, and then once the whole expansion pack is finished, we'll get our stats to 60, which will be pretty sweet. So, what have we got? Who could we raid out to? Bill card isn't still on, is he? Wow, I think he's still streaming. Let me get past these adverts, and we will see if he's actually like finishing up, or if maybe we could go to pay him a visit. Because it's got to be really late for Captain Peelcard, him being in the US. Come on, adverts. You still playing? Sure, why not? Let's make it a quick raid. Bang raid. Here's a raid call if you want. You could throw some of the emotes in there if you have them. Thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate you all. You're all wonderful people. And if you want to go hang out in the Discord, we've got the stream shed. It's a nice, wholesome place to hang out. You can find me and a bunch of other streamers there. Yeah, let's go say hi to Captain Billcard. He's currently playing Space Quest V. So expect lots of sudden death there as well. And yeah, here's the puppy cat. She's very sleepy, I'm very sleepy. We should all just have a good sleep now. The week's going to be quite an endurance test, I think. Yeah, take care. I'll see you next week, and I'll try and schedule the whole 7 days to stream thing at some point. See you.